Thank you very much. All right, welcome, everyone, and I'm happy to say that finally we can make masks optional, and we can see everyone's smiling faces now, or scowls, one or the other, but I hope to see smiling faces.
It means you have to floss every day now.
Yeah. So just one announcement for myself is we had an executive session which involved township litigation, township personnel issues, and real estate. And I'll hand it over to Kathy.
No announcement this evening, Mr. Chair.
Okay.
Thanks.
Mark?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I have a few Park and Rec announcements. Wine and Cheese Designer Bag Bingo. Seats and sponsorships are still available. For the event is on Friday, April 1st, 2022. They're really looking for people to attend this. The attendance, so far, she has some tickets sold, but we need to sell a lot more. So it's a really nice event. For more information, contact the rec at warminstertownship.org/special events. We're speaking of event sponsorships for 2022 community events, such as the Memorial Day Parade, Wine and Cheese Bag Bingo, which I just mentioned, the Spring Slush Road Rally, Easter Egg Scramble, Rubber Ducky Regatta, and Warminster Day. Anyone interested in sponsorship should contact Park and Rec, and I have a phone number as well, 215-443-5428. Registration has opened for the annual Easter Egg Scramble to be held on Thursday, April 14th at Warminster Community Park. Children ages 3 to 10 are invited to participate, and we are limited to 500 children, so please register as early as possible on the website. This event sponsored by First National Bank and Trust of Newtown. Spaces for vendors are also available for the community yard sale, which will be on Saturday, April 23rd from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. 20 by 20 spaces are $25, and again, you can register at Park and Rec. Rubber Ducky Regatta tickets. Rubber Ducky Regatta tickets are on sale. They're for the May 15, 2022 event. I think tickets are $5 each, and 5 for 20. Anybody that's interested? Yeah, see me first. Please purchase tickets for that. It's another one. These are all terrific
Little
events.
competition tonight.
These are all terrific events, and I do mention every year to the new board members that you're obligated to go in the water and collect ducks. So I hope to see you there. Bring
I can
bring your water shoes. Oh, thanks, Judy. You can fill them out while we're doing announcements.
Thank you.
Thank you, Judy.
Okay.
Also, new programs in March. Check out the website for upcoming programs and events and summer camp activities. Dog license in Bark Park. All dog licenses are for sale at Park and Rec office from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Monday through Friday. Park winterization. All buildings and restrooms and water fountains have been shut down for the season. Porta potties are available at Kemper and WCP year-round, but I think we'll be seeing them opening up in due time because spring is right around the corner. I just have two other quick ones, Mr. Chairman. Wearing my pink tonight. March is Colon Cancer Awareness Month. I'd like to remind everyone of that I know I sound like a broken record up here, but I'm a lucky survivor of this disease that's very treatable. So please schedule your colonoscopy, and it'd be a good idea to get it done before summertime. And I have one more. Our friend Sam Cavero over at the Fuge is opening up a microbrewery. In fact, I believe they're opening this weekend. It's called Tranquility, which they'll brew their own beer there, and it really looks like it's going to be a nice thing, open
At
to
the
the public.
Fuge you're having it?
Yeah, it's going to be open to the public. and
Awesome.
It looks like really good. It's named after Tranquility, as you know, the moon landing, and apparently all the beers are going to be named for astronauts and moon
Oh, that's
themes.
great.
Very
That's
nice.
great.
Check it out. It's right at the Fusion. I think they're opening this weekend. I think I saw a thing online that they're opening this weekend.
Okay.
It's also right across the parking lot from the Wan Institute.
Exactly. Right.
Zen.
It's all fitting in.
Excellent.
You'll have some company over there, Bobby. Hopefully they won't take up, we'll have to make sure they stay in their their side of the parking lot. And that's all I have, Mr. Chairman. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Judy, anything?
Yeah, I wanted to remind people that the Ben Wilson Activity Center is up and running, and they have a bingo now on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and they're having a senior expo on April 21st. It was originally April 7th, but it's going to be on April 21st. They have it every year. You'll meet some of the representatives, and you'll have a lot of information about health and classes about health and safety, and food trucks will be outside so that you can have some healthy food from 1 to 3 on April 21st. And then I wanted to tell you about the library. AARP is having, volunteers are coming there to do people's taxes. You just have to call the library and make an appointment, and they will help you with your taxes. Okay? And Thursday afternoon, adult book clubs will return in this month. The book clubs meet on the first and third Thursday at 1 p.m., and the adult coloring club is on the second and fourth Thursday at 1 p.m. You have to register. The Leprechaun Scavenger hunt begins Wednesday, March 15th. You search the library for the colors of the rainbow, and once you find all the colors, create your rainbow and show us at the Information Services Desk to receive a surprise. And Cooking as Creative Meditation is starting March 29th at 6:30. Learn how to approach cooking as a daily act involving mindfulness, gratitude, and joy. This program is provided through Zoom, but registration is required. That's it.
Okay, thank you, Judy. And Janice?
Yes, I just, especially considerate of the Ukrainian Baptist Church we have here in Warminster that serves a lot of our Ukrainian friends and families. My heart goes out to them because what's happening in their country. If you'd like to help them and other than just saying prayers for them, if you'd like to help them financially, I believe, Bobby, you're taking donations at the tax office if you'd like to send a check to be able to help them financially in this time. Thank you.
Thanks very much. It's definitely a great cause, a noble cause for the struggles of the Ukrainian people.
Yes.
All right. So there are no presentations tonight. No land use matters. Okay, Craig, thank you. Public comment. Bobby Loftus.
Good
I
evening.
love her smile.
Bobby Loftus, Warminster Tax Collector. I just wanted to announce the tax bills were mailed last Thursday, okay? There seems to be a major problem at Centennial Station. They're getting their garage bills, but they're not getting their unit bills. It's not me. It's the post office. So they've been coming into the office, and I've been giving them duplicates. So if you live in Centennial Station and you haven't received your bill, you can come into the office, and I'll print you another one. I also wanted to tell you that the tax collectors have, in Bucks County, have changed their meeting place for all our meetings to Five Ponds.
Oh, great.
Oh, that's super.
It
Great.
is phenomenal. The meals that they have been giving us are excellent. The service, anything that we want, they're there to serve us. So I just wanted to give a kudos to Five Ponds. Also want to tell the residents that the tax and rebate forms are out for last year. I have them in the office for senior citizens, disabled people, and widow and widowers. There is a salary income. It's half of your Social Security and then all of your pension. If it equals under $35,000, the state will give you back money. And I do have the forms in my office. I've been averaging Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, 100 people a day. So I have some nice checks for you for tomorrow.
Wonderful, wonderful. Thanks.
All
You know,
right.
and hopefully we have the same year we had last year where everyone, I mean, just about everyone.
Yeah,
came
last
in.
year I sent out 10,400 bills, and for the township and county, I only need 64 people.
Wow, that's incredible.
So that's the best year that, we've ever had. The office is open. It's not one at a time. Masks are optional. So, back in business.
Excellent. Thanks, Bobby.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
I'm sure John
Thank
Ramey
you.
will be glad to come over and pick up those checks as well.
Yeah,
All right.
Good job.
Bring coffee.
thanks, Bobby.
Thanks, Bobby.
All right, anyone else? I think we have a couple, go ahead, Bob, you want to, whoever wants to come up next.
Good evening, everyone. Bob Welsh, Hollowell Avenue, Warminster, PA. I want to talk about stormwater fees. I know this is the Ward Authority, Municipal Authority, but when it was in control by the township, it was controlled by the taxes that were collected to go for stormwater. So where I'm going with this is, I wonder if Warminster Township could put in an oversight committee to protect the ratepayers from the rates that they're charging. Now, they're saying it's fair, but what I'm hearing through everybody in the township is that everybody's angry, of course, nobody wants to pay any more money. But the way I see it is, if they want to buy a $500 hammer and make us pay for it, we can't do anything about it. So I'm just wondering, we were protected when it was under taxation, but now we're not. So I'm just wondering if the township can protect us as ratepayers, that we're not getting gouged. Like, I don't know what's fair. What's fair to Ken, or what's fair to me, or what's fair to my wife? There's three different things. So I just wonder if that's something that could be looked into. The other thing was, do we know when Nifty Fifties was going to open?
I haven't heard.
Yeah,
No?
I know they're looking for
The
help.
lights are up, but they're not on.
They came
So-
in before the other things that they're waiting on.
And
Okay.
by the way, Bob, it wasn't under taxes, because the taxes that they levied for that stormwater eventually disappeared and did not go to stormwater. So
Right.
you were not protected.
Well-
Because we did a couple projects with the stormwater tax, and then that tax was deferred into the general fund or somewhere else, and it was not used for stormwater. Right now, and again, we're in the wrong arena here. This should be over
I get
there.
it, I get it.
Okay, so right now, the stormwater fee is dedicated only to stormwater. It can't be used for anything else, and that's why it's not a tax or any other type of levy. It's a fee. So it has to go to stormwater, and we know here very well that stormwater for 40 years was neglected, and the whole system's failing. So, and what they're doing over there is a phenomenal job of fixing our stormwater system. So either way, whether it was here or over there, somebody has to pay for it. So, that's what they do over there, that's what they're cut out to do. So, we would have had to levy some sort of fee as
Right.
well.
I understand that.
So, it is protected over there. So if you want to find out what's going on, I mean, they're not buying hammers just for the sake of having hammers. Matter of fact, I haven't seen any type of bill for that. What I've seen is they've bought a lot of culverts, they bought a lot of piping, and they're spending money fixing a dilapidated stormwater system that's failing. So kudos to them. So if you want to develop some sort of oversight, which I'm not sure is necessary, you need to talk to the municipal authority about that.
Okay. Well, the other thing, being that said, on my street and my adjacent street, we have no sidewalks, we have no curbs, we have no stormwater management, we have no drains, we have no pipes. The water just comes down our streets and rolls into the fields. So we're being levied a fee for a service that we don't use or get. So I don't know how many other streets in the township are like that, but I know of two, mine and the one on Mason. So
And I'm sure it goes into some sort of drainage somewhere.
it goes right into Archbishop Woods Field.
Well, and Archbishop Wood has stormwater basins in there. So it does go into a system. The whole township has, whether it be dedicated to a certain development, which is like the newer ones, or older developments that don't have a whole lot of stormwater. It all diverges into either stormwater basins or some sort of conveyance to the streams. So to say that you don't have a stormwater system, everything runs down the impervious surface and into woods fields, which have basins. And I think we've talked about this before, where they had put up a block. that
Right,
was-
well, I'm not aware of a basin, but there is a culvert there that the water does get to.
Well, that would be part of the stormwater conveyance system.
Right, but that's just a gravity type fed, but
They're all
it's not, you
gravity
know.
fed.
Well, there's no pipes to divert it there. You know what I mean? It just rolls through the yards and through the streets to get there. But yeah, we did talk about that they actually dammed that up because the water goes to their baseball field.
Now, did they actually remove that?
No.
It's
No,
still there?
That's still there.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, we'll take care
So,
of that again. That
okay.
shouldn't be there, because
All right.
that's one of the problems, is that people are
And I get it, they don't want that water running onto their field, I understand that, but,
Damming up this field, they're damming up the
right,
swales.
and it's private property, so I don't know.
Well, they
what-
still need to control stormwater. So I believe there's a basin over there, isn't there, Craig?
Whittier's back there.
Whittier,
Yeah, that's
It
back,
probably feeds into Whittier at some point,
Yeah.
right?
Right.
and I'm not involved in, that's private property. but
Right,
I-
yeah.
Honestly, I don't know anything you're talking about as far as damming it up, but they
Right.
did
Well, I
obviously
know
get a
they've done
permit.
that before, and we've asked them to remove it. Actually, I think we removed it at one point.
I know you asked them, I don't think they did.
Well, there was one previous time, I think we did remove it. So we'll check into that
Okay.
for you.
And just,
appreciate
if I, Mr. Chairman, if I could, just to clarify, I think the fee, and I wasn't involved in their calculation of the fee, but from their presentation, they're doing the same thing I started to do with a former solicitor before that system was sold. We were going down the same path. You gotta look at more of what you're contributing runoff from your property into the roadway and then also into the system. So they're looking at it as a coverage, an impervious coverage on your lot, not if there's a facility out front. You're right, not everybody has a facility. It's very rare that you don't, but they're looking at it from a land coverage, of how much impervious you contribute to the entire Warminster system, not just in front of your road or whatever system it controls. So it's a land coverage comparison to commercial, residential, the size of the lots. And that's how Township was gonna go in that direction. I had draft analysis that way as well.
Right.
So,
Okay, thank you.
got it,
Have a
Bob.
great St. Patty's Day.
Yes, you do the same.
Thanks, Bob.
Can I make a comment in relationship to his?
Sure.
I do want to say that I was out in the Speedway neighborhood and saw the Stormwater Authority. They have this little robot machine that goes down inside and takes a look at everything. So it's nice to see them getting the work done there. I know
Yeah.
people were concerned when they didn't see Speedway's streets on the paving project, but that's because Stormwater wants to fix the stormwater problem in Speedway before
Yes.
they pave. So that makes good fiscal sense. For those of you in Speedway that are concerned, there's the answer to your question.
Thank you.
And they're on the calendar now.
Yes.
Yeah, and I can tell you, I'll speak for the municipal authority in this small instance where right now, they're fixing things that are major issues, and they're cleaning the system still because there's 40 years of debris and sediment and clogs everywhere. So they're still getting the system to function before they even evaluate how it does function, which is not the greatest.
Yeah.
But right now, they're still trying to clean the system. So it's 40 or 50 years of neglect and clogged culverts, clogged piping, and, I think they're doing a fantastic job.
They are,
over there.
that's what I'm saying, it's nice to see them out working, and they're doing a great job, so
Great.
thank you, guys.
Thank you. Okay, who's next? All right,
Hi, everyone. I'm Darren Meehan. I live on Carousel Drive in Warminster. I'm the executive director of the Brad Fox Foundation. I'm joined with, I have Kathy Fox here, Brad's mother as well. We usually come every year and just give a quick rundown about Brad Fox Day, which is coming up, make the township aware of it. We do close the road for an hour, so it's important that we try to get some notification out there to let people know. We do go door to door to the affected houses and businesses a couple of weeks before and let them know, but never hurts to let everybody know a couple times. The event will be on Saturday, April 30th. It takes place at Archbishop Wood High School. It's a great community event. We try to get about 1,000 people there if we can. The proceeds go to the Brad Fox Scholarship at William Tennant, which is awarded to a graduating senior who is pursuing some kind of law enforcement or military future. We also have a $10,000 scholarship for an incoming student at Archbishop Wood who basically embodies the values that Brad and the people that serve represent. So, and then if we have extra funds, we donate it to causes that Brad would have supported. So we've donated to Ronald McDonald House and Special Olympics and the Bucks County Down Syndrome Group and various police officers. We have a fundraiser on Thursday, April 21st at 107 Brewing in North Wales. They're going to release their 187 beer, which Brad's badge number was 187. So they 178, thank you. I think I had to check the flyer too. I might have gotten that backwards. But 178, they brew a 178 beer and they donate a portion of the proceeds to us. And so the beer release will be Thursday, April 21st. We will have police chiefs from across Montgomery County as well as the PA Attorney General who are going to be celebrity bartenders for the night. All of that money that we raised that night will go to Officer Allen's family from Hatboro. He's the officer who you know, was stung by the bee in the fall, and you know, that's just a bad story. And so everything we can do to support their family, we'll do. So that night, that'll be focused on that. If you can make it out there, it's a really good beer. They have other beers. They have water too, if that's your thing too. You know. You probably didn't know they had water, but they do.
I'm in for the water.
So just a couple notes. The course that we do, we close York Road from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. on the 30th. The 5K course is York Road. It's USATF certified. We have a ton of really nice raffle baskets. We have some veteran organizations that we try to bring in that you know, either provide support to veterans or make veterans aware of opportunities where they can use their experience to help the community. You know, a lot of these people, they go and they serve overseas and they come home and they're looking for a cause. They have all this experience and talent, and so we try to connect them with other groups so that they can you know, take that experience and add value. We have a K9 demo that day. It's a really nice event. If you go to bradfoxday.com, you can register from there. There's also the sponsorship form there. And then this is our 10th annual one. We started in Warminster Park for 3 years. This is our 10th annual. This will be our last annual event. We're looking at other ways to raise money and be a little more agile about it. So instead of doing one event a year where we raise all this money, if we find a need for someone in August, we want to be able to do an event in August. And so this event has been really good, and Warminster Township has been phenomenal to us from the start. And so I thank all of you, you know, the chief, everybody. It just does everything that they can to help make it a great event. It's completely apolitical. It's just, you know, come out, you support your military, you support your people in uniform. In the past couple of years, we found new heroes in the healthcare workers and people like that. So we just try to make it a positive day. We get everybody out there. And then, you know, we go to the Madison maybe for a beer after that.
Well, that's what I was going to touch. That's what I was going to touch on. You segued right into it. The night before the run, if you stop by the Madison Tavern, all the baskets are on display that you can buy your ticket, the raffle tickets, and pick up your badges and things like that for the run. And that's why I normally register for the slow walk
Yes.
instead of the run the next morning. But it's really a fun time to stop by the Madison the night before to pick up your stuff and drop some money into the raffle baskets.
Yeah.
It's a good time.
And that actually brings up a good point. There's a 5K, but there is also a 1K walk for the kids
And a
as
slow
well.
walk for people like us.
And you know, and a slow walk too, which, you know, there's nothing wrong with that. You know,
Yeah.
as long as you register and we get the money,
Take
I'm
the money.
happy. You
Yeah,
run,
there
you
you
walk,
go.
you crawl.
Hey, Darius, on the fundraiser at the brewery, I believe Chief Donnelly is one of the celebrity bartenders, correct?
I think
Correct,
we might,
Chief?
We might try to get him out there for a time or
You
two.
were the other one, the last one.
He
He did a good job at the last one,
he-
though. He was tremendous. He
Yeah.
missed his calling. He was tremendous at the last fundraiser.
Yeah.
So
Steam
you're
Pub may
saying,
steal him.
Attorney General will be there?
Yes.
Attorney General Shapiro?
Yes.
Okay, that's great.
Yeah, he'll
We
be-
want to continue to support you. I mean, it's been
Yes.
10 years, and we want to continue to.
Yeah, I appreciate it. I mean, we're going to have additional events. We're not closing up shop. It's just we're moving away from this one big thing in the spring
Right.
because, you know, Officer Allen is a great example. You know, people have needs year round, and so instead of putting all of our efforts into one thing, one event, you know, we did a celebrity bartender thing at Steam Pub for Officer Allen in December. And that was a huge success, and so we're going to focus on things like that. I have a couple of other pretty good ideas too, but I can't share those quite yet.
Excellent. So I just got 2 cortisone shots, and when is this again? What's the date?
April 30th.
April 30th. I hope they're not worn off by then.
We have a golf cart. I'm willing, if you register and pay, I'm willing to drive you
I'll
around.
be able to walk 1K with the kids.
Yeah. So bradfoxday.com for more information. And again, we want to thank all of Warminster Township. You know, the people that are on the road, that live on the road and are impacted, are really generous, and it's an inconvenience for them for now. We recognize that, but we give them as much advance notice as we can, and you know, everybody just kind of rolls up their sleeves and tries to make it a great day. Just one footnote about Tranquility and the Fuge. They have a fundraiser Thursday night for ALS there. It's like a poker night or something. I
Oh, is
just
that
heard
right?
about it.
I didn't know about it.
Yeah, they're April 10th,
Is that right?
March 10th. March 10th.
I didn't hear anything about it.
Yeah. So little inside scoop for you. Okay.
Great.
Right.
Thanks.
Thank you all very
Thanks.
much.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kathy.
We'll get it up on the website.
Thanks,
Can you leave that stuff there? Maybe we can get a photo of it and get it up on our webpage as well. Okay, great. Thank you.
Thanks, Dar.
Thank you.
Anybody else? Yeah.
Thank you all.
You're welcome.
All right, Derek.
I'm just in time, I thought it was 7:30. Darlene Baker, 1537 Mulberry Circle, and I'm here representing Friends of Warminster Parks. We have a lot of events coming up, as you may know. We have Warminster Day on 6/11, one of the days you guys all went. We really do need sponsors. They're having a hard time getting sponsors for all of our events this year. I think the only sponsor we have is for Rubber Ducky Regatta so far. So we really need sponsors for Warminster Day, Designer Bag, Bingo, the Memorial Day celebration, and the spring slush rally that's upcoming
Our
up.
friend Joe Cowie from ShopRite has graciously offered to be the main sponsor for Warminster Day, which
That's
is a
good.
huge undertaking.
Yeah.
for-
Yeah, they do a great job.
Yeah.
ShopRite has always
Yeah.
been a great supporter of Warminster Day, but we do need other sponsors. So if you guys can put your feelers out or help get us sponsors, that would be really wonderful. And then the other thing for Warminster Day is it takes a lot of volunteers, a lot of volunteers. We have setup, cleanup, and throughout the day, just at the various sites. So I'm asking if you would consider getting 3 to 5 of your favorite friends or family members
Wish I had
and,
that.
talk to Karen. And you don't have to be there all day. I mean, I think there's signups for 2-hour slots, but we could use your help. So,
Eileen, in this position we have here, we don't have 5 friends.
Yeah, no, not at all.
all right, find 3 to 5 people that you haven't really ticked off. How's that? Does that help?
Better.
Okay.
We're disguised in the grocery store
But
sometimes.
if you could get some volunteers, let Karen know. And the final thing, I was at the park board meeting last night, and Kathy and Karen are doing a Herculean effort because, all the grants and all the development is almost pretty much done over at the parks. There's some cleanup, there's some things on the punch list that have to be resolved, whether they're done and not taken off the punch list or still there. But they're doing 2 jobs right now. They're doing their normal job, and they're doing all the reconciliation and all the paperwork that has to get done. And there's deadlines for the 2 different grants. And every time they think they've got something finalized, one of the grant people say, well, now you need to do this. So they're jumping through a lot of hoops. So they're kind of doing 2 jobs right now. So anything we can do to make their lives easier, that would be helpful. I think everything has to be done. I don't know. One of them, yeah, one of them's the end of March and the other one's delayed. But they're trying to do the regular job right now. And that's the kind of thing that it just takes time to do. So when they get the phone calls, they have to stop and pick up the phone. So anything we can do to make their lives easier would be helpful. All right, so make sure you get your volunteers for Warminster Days.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thanks, Darlene.
Thanks, Darlene. All right, anyone else? Okay, thank you for everyone's input. Some great events coming up. I hope everybody comes out and participates. All right, consent agenda. We'll consider approval of the Board of Supervisors minutes dated February 3rd, 2022. I know everyone's read it. Consider approval of the new electric and gas, which is Mid-American and UGI supplier authorization through 2022 to 2025. And consider approval of the Collegium settlement agreement. And if you'd like, we'll have
Yeah,
Mr.
could we? I was
Holbert.
going to pull it, but I won't pull it if you just want to give a brief.
Yeah, sure, sure. Okay, well, we'll have a motion first, then we'll have Scott do this.
Sounds good.
Is there a motion?
So moved.
Okay, thank you, Mark. Go ahead, Scott.
Second.
Second.
Oh, sorry.
So the Collegium settlement agreement, this involves one of the opioid distributors. The company's name is Collegium. They're one of the smaller distributors, sort of new on the scene with regards to opioid distribution, but they have settled with the 27 other municipalities we're in a lawsuit with for a total of about $2.75 million. That's being broken out between all the communities. Warminster is going to expect to get about $47,000. That's exclusive of all fees and legal costs, so the $47,000 is the estimated number you'll actually get.
Okay, any questions? Come on up, Bob.
Bob Welsh, Hollow Avenue, Warminster, PA. The question I have is, on that settlement, would that money go to our police officers?
This money is unrestricted.
Yeah.
It can go anywhere.
We can go anywhere, but I'd like to know if we could just send it to the police officers, being as they're out there on the front line trying to bring people back that are affected by these opioids and, overdosing and the way they were heroes in helping these people. Just wonder if we could,
We can certainly discuss that when we have check in hand.
right,
Yeah. We'll discuss where the money's gonna go.
okay, all right, thank
This
you.
is the beginning.
great-
There's several other
There's
lawsuits.
several other litigations
small
in
one.
process.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
But it's a great idea, thank you,
Got it,
Bob.
Bob. Okay, any other questions or comments? Let's call the question then. All in favor?
Aye.
Chair votes aye, motion carries
Bless you.
5-0.
Bless you.
All right, finance report, Mark?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'd like to make a motion that we approve the bill list dated February 17, 2022, the amount of $1,072,761.54, and the supplemental bill list dated February 25th, 2022, in the amount of $449,176.47, for a total of $1,072,761.54.
Thank you, Mark. Is there a second?
Second.
Any questions or comments? Questions or comments from the public? Okay, being none, let's call the question. All in favor?
Aye.
Chair votes aye, motion carries 5-0. Thank you. John, you're up.
All right, so we're going to be looking at the financials for 1 month. So this will be very short, I promise. The one thing we're going to do is, if you guys want to follow along in your packets, on page 6 is where the totals are for the month. Revenues are actually up $130,000 from last January to this January. Two big reasons, if you want to turn back to page 3. Transfer taxes continue to just be so much better than they were in prior years. The transfer tax is $61,000 more this January than it was the previous January. And EIT revenue's up $75,000 for just this month, January, compared to the prior year. So the revenues are looking really good. It's a 38% increase over last year, so hopefully that keeps trending, and we'll end the year very well. But we are off to a good start on the revenue side. On page 15 is the expenses. Expenses are up $82,000 for this January compared to the prior January. There's no one thing glaring out there. One of the big reasons is the health insurance cost. In 2021, we used what was called rate stabilization funds to try and lower costs as much as we could last year. This year, we're not using any, so these are funds that we're banking for future budgets. So it's a really good thing. It's just going to kind of skew the numbers going forward, especially on those health insurance lines.
Right.
Besides that, expenses, we're at 7% of budget this year. Last year, we were at 6% of budget. So we are trending the same that we usually do, actual to budget. So we're looking good there. That's all I have for the general fund. Is there any questions?
No, other than, I'm sorry.
With that expenditure for health insurance, we anticipate.
Oh, yeah,
We
absolutely.
anticipate.
I think we factored that into the budget.
Yes,
this
we
year.
Yes,
We-
and
we're
I
not
kind of give a
going to use-
warning in I
Yeah.
think, January
Right.
that's going to be changing, but it's
Right.
definitely something, a future-looking
Yes.
expense.
So we're preparing for the future as we
Yes.
should be.
Yes,
Great, thanks,
definitely.
John. And, I know there's a lot of businesses reevaluating office work versus home work, and it seems like that's being reflected in our EIT.
Yeah, and
So,
as long as it keeps trending.
I'm starting to hear from a lot of businesses that there's going to be quite a mix in that between office and home, so maybe that'll continue to stay stable.
And I am part of the Bucks County Tax Collection Committee. We're going to have a meeting, I think, in May, which is after taxes are due, and Keystone does give us a breakdown of anticipated businesses that have moved from one location to another. So they'll be able to give us a better estimate going forward once all the tax filings are done April 15th.
Okay.
Okay?
I don't have any other questions. Any other questions?
Nope.
I was just going to touch on liquid fuels. On March 1st, we actually received our liquid fuels allocation. It's a tax on every gallon that everyone spends. It's distributed to municipalities based on population and road square footage. This year, we got $903,000. Surprisingly, that was up. We really thought it would be going down because people not driving over the last 2 years. I mean, it's only up $8,000, but it's still up. So the thing about liquid fuels money, it's a restricted money. It can only be used on special things. One of them is, I know it's on the agenda tonight, is the road program. We're going to use $500,000 of that money towards the road program. The other $400,000 goes to buying salt, road improvements, traffic lights, street lights, all of those things. So, and then eventually equipment can be purchased as long as that equipment's used for the roads. So, and it's a rolling balance. It's not use it or lose it. So we just can keep banking it, and in the future we'll always have it. So just so you know that as you're approving tonight, some of that money will be from liquid fuels for these road projects.
Right.
Okay.
Right. Okay.
All right.
Thank you, John.
Thank you, John.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
All right. No unfinished business. Let's go to new business. And we will consider the awards, speaking of which, the paving and the ADA ramp bids. Tom, I'm going to hand that over to you or Craig?
Oh.
Craig?
I'll take it.
Okay, sure, go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Your 2022 road program, there's 2 awards for you tonight to consider. First one is the road paving program under contract 2022-01, and we are recommending you award this bid to James D. Morrissey in the amount of $1,195,660.50 for all items under the base bid only, subject to them verifying that they meet the RCO ordinance, responsible contractors ordinance, which they have worked in this township before, so I see no issue with that. Just to recall, that's the paving program that was presented a few months ago, is about 23 roads and about 6.4 miles of roadway. If part of the paving program, that's what we'll be doing unless there's additional funds through ARPA and the committee recommends while the contractor's here, we add on to that, and that's something that the committee and the manager will discuss. And if you want to pave more like we did before, just got to come up with the money, and we'll amend that contract to add a little bit more to that. But right now, it's 6.4 miles.
Thank you.
So I make a recommendation, we'll take them separately, unless Tom has anything.
Can I just chime in for a minute?
Sure.
Just wanted to point out, we've talked to the municipal authority, and 2 of the streets that we had on the original list, they have plans to do work in those streets, so they will be doing those 2, and it was Prospect Avenue and, was it Norristown?
Norristown.
Norristown.
Yeah. And just so you're aware, that happens almost every year. We're shifting roads, so there's, the bids are set up, the specifications are set up. We have some flexibility like we do every year to adjust roadways based on this, so that'll help reduce the cost slightly.
Okay.
All right? So
Excellent.
that's our first recommendation to award.
Well, I have to say, well, let's have a motion. Is there a motion to
Motion.
award? Second, Mark? Yeah, I'd like to say that we had talked about this, and it's a good thing that we did get those bids out early, again, for the second time, because as we see, the cost of petroleum products is skyrocketing. So if we would have waited, it would probably be at least 40% higher, 50% higher.
Or
than
we'd
it
be
is now.
whacking streets off the list.
Right.
Right,
Yep.
right, or we'd be back in
We
streets
wouldn't
off,
be
that's
getting the
right.
products, right?
So it was a good move. Once again, our staff did a great job of getting those bids out early, and thank you.
Yeah, I mean, just to echo, Andrew does a great job at Public Works, having him on board now from in the past with his knowledge. Used to work for our firm, so we're very comfortable with him, and he knows his stuff. So between him and Aaron, to be honest with you, I don't have long nights over Christmas and at the beginning of New Year. Ken and I talk a lot about it, but those 2 are the ones that really, crank out
Yeah.
all the numbers, put all of this together all over the holidays to get this ready to go out early. You're one of the first ones to go out and you get the best numbers,
It's
so,
always the way.
yep.
We're not having long nights lately.
No.
We're having better
No,
nights.
My hair's not growing in, but it's not falling out
Right, there's
anymore.
better nights ahead here.
All right, any other comments or questions from the board?
Thank you
From
for
the
that,
public? So let's call the question. All in favor to award J.D. Morrissey?
Aye.
And chair votes aye, motion carries 5-0.
Okay, Mr. Chairman, the second award would be for your curb ramp contract. That's contract number 2022-02. We recommend this contract be awarded to NJS Concrete LLC in the amount of $570,000 for all items under the base bid only, verification to the responsible contractor ordinance. They have also worked in your township very recently, so we're comfortable with them as well. This, just to refresh your memory, is for 129 curb ramps. That number may fluctuate, again, depending on, we still have to design them, so that's why the bid, I think, was up towards $1 million, but you have our design time, inspections, so there's a lot of costs with the concrete ramps, as you know. Some people have already asked, why isn't it up around $1 million? That number that we estimated includes all our time, soft costs. If that goes over, and usually it hasn't, but if it is, that's something we'll monitor with the township manager and Public Works to adjust it accordingly. But right now, it's scheduled for 129 curb ramps. This was part of the 2021 ramps that were followed up with from the 2021 paving program. If we have money or ARPA money is set aside for this, we can also adjust this contract to add more ramps over the summer as they move forward. So recommend that award tonight.
So the base bid is $558,000.
$570,000.
Plus the soft cost, which is $193,500. Am I looking at that correctly? Survey, engineering, construction, administrative.
Where you look,
Board option 1.
you look at, oh, you're at the spreadsheet. I'm on your memo.
Oh, okay.
Whatever the number's in there.
Right. Okay.
Sorry.
No, that's right. So
Yes, you're correct.
total estimated project cost is $752,000. That includes the design and
Yeah, I'm sorry, I
survey.
said $1 million, it was
Yes,
750, sorry.
right, okay. Now, I just wanted to clear that.
Yep, you're right.
Because I know you heard.
Sorry about
right,
that.
You did say $1 million.
I was trying to sneak a little extra in there. You caught me.
Well, that's why I look at.
That's a shocker.
That's why I look at spreadsheets.
These ramps make me nervous. There's a lot to go into these ramps.
Yes, I know, and I know NJS is very, very quick. They're pretty speedy, expeditious, I guess I should say, plus the quality of work is excellent.
They did a good job.
Yeah,
Yeah, they did.
so is there a motion?
Make a motion.
Second?
No, second.
Okay. Okay, any questions from the board?
Nope.
Questions from the public? Being none, let's call the question. All in favor?
Aye.
And chair votes aye, motion carries 5-0. Thanks, Craig. Thanks for all the work.
Thank you, Craig.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Looking forward to a continued robust road program. It's one of the things that actually the residents can see their tax dollars going to a good cause. It's been a long time coming. So thank you, everyone, for their hard work.
May I just ask a quick question about the road program? Because I noticed that they've been doing some patching. Okay, some of the holes all around the township, are they just choosing like the worst areas, what they're doing?
Well, that's the Public Works, isn't it?
Public Works have been doing that? They're doing a really good job. They just did Centennial. You
I
noticed,
saw them the
Mark,
other day.
we had some pretty big,
Oh, yeah.
and they did a really good job. So, hey, big shout out to Public Works for doing that.
Yes, and
And
to-
if anyone in the public has a problem area on their street or something, please call us. I mean,
Call
we
us.
don't know that there's a pothole in front of
right.
your house. so
Exactly, I was
don't
just going to
hesitate
say that.
call.
Yeah, please call the township and let us know, or email the township, let us know if there's a problem on your street with potholes, and our Public Works people do a great job, and they're very, very expeditious to get out there and service. So please let us know, because we don't know. Thank you.
I just get the comments, people see the results and they're happy about it. So I just wanted to pass it on.
Question about that. They did a really beautiful job on Valley Road, but then they tore up the end of Valley Road to put pipes or whatever. Are they gonna come back and redo that?
You want to come up to the podium?
Yeah, sorry. So, the Public Works did a beautiful job repaving Valley Road. It looks beautiful.
I don't think it was Public
That
Works.
wasn't public.
Oh,
that wasn't-
okay, that was,
Contract-
okay,
contracted,
whatever.
yeah.
But then, I guess there was pipes put in at the very end near the.
Water mains.
Yeah.
Yes.
Water mains. So are they gonna come back after the nasty season's over, like winter season, and redo the end of that, or?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm sure if whatever was torn up or dug up to replace the mains will be repaved.
Curb to
Okay.
curb.
Yeah, well, I'm pretty sure, but
It's
that'll
a,
be-
it's a
that's
short
the- that's
section,
the
but
municipal
it's like,
authority, yeah, and
like
they'll-
it's
and
pretty.
they cover that, yes, so I'm
There's no
pretty-
potholes there now, but it was, like, there was, metal plates that have been removed, but they're, it's
Right.
not smooth, it's definitely
Right.
not smooth.
Yeah, it's probably just a base coat, so they'll probably come back and finish it with now the weather.
Yeah,
I don't
wait
think
till
you
the
can pave
weather.
under 40 degree or 45
Yeah, no, I don't want them to
degrees.
do that, because I don't want it
Has to be
ruined.
40
Yeah.
degrees.
40 degrees or more, right.
Okay, thanks.
You're welcome. Okay,
55 degrees for drywall finishing.
that's right.
55 degrees.
Everything, yeah. For wall carving, they used to just put the heaters in and we'd have to suffer. All right, let's see. Now, Five Ponds. Tom,
Was there a vote on that? Do we vote?
we did not vote on Five Ponds yet.
No, we
No,
didn't.
on,
I don't think we
the
voted on the
ramps.
ramps.
Oh, the ramps?
No, I
Yes, we
think we
did.
did. I think you're
Yeah,
right.
we
We
did.
voted on the ramps.
It was 5-0,
Did we?
yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
up to 5 ponds.
John says yes.
John says yes, correct?
Down as well.
Yes,
I
thank you.
Pardon me then, I'm sorry.
Yes, that's okay.
Better be safe than
No, we
sorry.
want to be, yeah, we don't want to, we don't want to have a special meeting.
Better vote twice and on and off.
That's right. Okay, so here we have Five Ponds.
Okay.
Tom, I will hand this to you.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, ladies and gentlemen of the board. Our partners at Five Ponds Spirit Golf has submitted a few things that they would like the board to approve for 2022. The most pressing is the top of the list is to renew the golf cart lease. We have a chance to extend the current lease by 1 year using the same carts with a slight discount. And the lease will run from April to May of next year in the amount of $72,633.43. I don't think that there's an alternate, Plan B, because of the shortage of supply chain issues, and Spirit was looking into that, and they think that the carts will be fine for 1 more year.
Good. We'll squeeze another year out of them?
Absolutely.
Excellent.
All right.
Excellent.
Good, thank you.
Good news.
Okay. So, there's also,
Yeah, do you want me to do all three at
let's
once?
can we do all three?
Sure.
Yeah, I
For
mean,
this, yeah, you can do all three.
All right, great.
Yeah.
I think it was Bobby mentioned earlier about the food at Five Ponds, and in a related issue is the folks at Spirit have requested the installation or the acquisition and installation of a sham oven, SHAAM. The oven for $3,960 is an outdoor unit that will help with the outdoor events that they are now, according to our friends at Spirit, very popular. But instead of leaving the stuff inside and bringing it out, we can have this oven out there and use it during the events as a big plus. And finally, a new mower for the rough areas along the golf course, which is the area adjacent to the fairway, where I spend most of my time with a club in my hand. If I'm not
Outside
just-
the
if
fairway?
if I'm not just stalking off the course and heading to the sham oven. This would be a new mower to cut that area, and it's a workhorse of a mower. Obviously, it needs to cut a lot of area, and the one that is there now has like 50,000 hours of usage. 500,000, excuse me. So the new mower cost that our friends have identified is for $66,435.84. We request that the board consider approving all three items tonight.
okay, is there a motion by the
I'll make a motion that we
Janice?
approve the items for the golf course.
second?
Second that, Mr.
Mark,
Chairman,
second.
gladly.
And Mike, I know you had a bigger wish list, and we're very grateful that you you're able to keep things in repair until next year, or even maybe later. We'll see how things pan out, but, you know, yeah, absolutely. And, you know, you guys do a great job over there, so we definitely need something for an oven outside, I know that. And you always need a mower, especially. This is for the fairways and the rough, or just the fairways?
Rough unit, yeah.
Rough unit?
Yep.
Okay, excellent. Any other questions?
Thank you guys
Any
for doing a great
questions?
job.
Thank you, Mike.
Let's call the question. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Chair votes aye, motion carries 5-0. How's things going over there? Is it getting,
Yeah, Mike, why don't
Busy
you
on
give
the
us a
warm
quick
days?
springtime report
Yeah, why
while
don't
you're
you
here?
give us a quick,
To show the folks who you are.
Hi, Mike Katara at Spirit Golf Management. Everything's been going well. We, busy days yesterday, 120 golfers, so.
Fantastic.
nice?
So, but nice weather brings them out. So we are running into our shoulder season, and April 1st, we'll go into full mode, full rates, and, the golf carts certainly much appreciated. Very important that we keep those carts. Great opportunity to save some dollars, and also prepare for a lease next year. Get carts into next year, maybe earlier, which could even save us some more dollars. So we'll see how that plays out.
That's great.
So everything's going well. A couple other pieces of equipment that we're trying hard to keep them going. I know Tom and I are going to talk. Mr. Scott and I are going to talk soon, and we hope we can pull that off. If not, I may be back.
Mike, I want to plug something real
Yeah.
quick while you're here, because we brought it up at the golf committee meeting, that this year we're going to bring back the 9 and dines.
Yeah,
I think we're going to do it
exactly.
4
Oh, are we?
times
Yeah.
this year, and
Yep.
for the public's edification, it's normally done on a Sunday afternoon. And
Correct, yeah.
It's primarily couples, but that's not necessary.
Yep.
But it's 9 holes and dinner afterwards, and it's really reasonably priced, and it's a
Yeah.
really nice Sunday afternoon. My wife and I have done it several times and really enjoy it. So
Yeah, it's nice to
I'm
get
glad
back.
that you're
Nice to
bringing
get
it back.
to some of those
Yeah,
things
yeah,
that we
it's gonna be
couldn't do
nice
for a
back.
while. So it should be a really fun year.
Yeah,
So,
excellent.
I know you have a whole lot of other
Looking forward
things. The leagues are lined up, and
the schedule is completely full.
That's
you
fantastic.
guys do a
Weekends are
terrific
doing
job.
well.
That is a terrific golf course. You guys do
to
a
it.
great
It is,
job.
it is.
Thanks.
And,
Thanks.
You know, everything's coming back to life.
Yeah, slowly.
Greens are usually a
slowly.
little late, but,
Yeah.
But you know, I
it's
even
gonna
run
be a
into
nice day
people down
Monday.
the shore, and I tell them I'm a township supervisor in Warminster Township, and they don't want to talk about Warminster, they want to talk about the golf course.
Yeah.
You guys have a terrific golf course. I mean,
Yeah,
it's
it's got a good
heard from all
reputation
over.
now.
Yeah.
It
really
does
great.
have a good reputation. I don't even
Great.
play golf, so.
should
I hear
start.
good things.
I'm going to learn this year.
I'm just gonna
Terrible.
It's on my list.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, we'd love to see you all out there. Well, thank you.
Thank you,
Thanks so
Mike.
much.
Mike, thanks
Okay.
for a great job.
Done with this thing on playing.
Mr. Chairman, I apologize. I think I said till May of next year. It's March of next year, April of this year through March of next year.
For the cart lease?
For the lease,
Yes.
thank you.
Sorry.
Excuse me.
Okay. All right. Who's going to take
I'll take it.
part C?
Next, Mr. Chairman, ladies and gentlemen of the board, the Ben Wilson Center. This is something that's been on the design, on the drafting board for a while, and we think we finally have an opportunity to address it with the funding and including some of the ARPA money. Two things at the Ben Wilson Center. The first one is the renovation of the HVAC. So what we're asking tonight is for authorization to come to an agreement with the firm that has submitted, a quote for the design and bid specs that will be used for the actual work later on this year. And that's $14,550, and that's through two firms. One is John Shade, working with the Power Group, who's done many HVAC installation projects throughout the region, working with Phillips Donovan, who is an architectural firm. And they're going to be designing the bid specs and acting in a preliminary manner as the agent for the township, as the owner of the project. Additionally, they're doing the same thing for the installation of a generator. The Ben Wilson Center is an evacuation spot during emergencies for Warminster Township. Doesn't have a generator. And we think it's needed. I'm informed it was discussed during the formulation of the budget that that would be needed, and we want to knock these two out at the same time if we can. Their proposal for those services, for the design and to do the bid specs, is $10,690. We had hoped that we would be able to have them bid these two jobs together, but we're told by the solicitor that that's probably not the case. But we will, of course, make sure that's the case before we proceed. So I would ask the board to authorize the township to come into an agreement with the firm for those two design and bid spec projects with the quotes, HVAC $14,550 and the generator $10,690.
Okay, thank you, Tom. Is there a motion?
I'll move.
I'll second.
That we
Is
do
there a
it.
second? Okay. Any
Second.
questions?
I do have a question. Will we be putting the UV lighting into the air ducts to kill bacteria?
I
and
did
germs?
ask about that, Supervisor Charlton, but I think the response that I got from our team was that that's something that they're going to be looking into while they're developing
Okay.
the bid specs. I don't think we asked for that to be addressed when we put out the request for quotes, but if it's, and I'm going out on a limb here because it's not my area of expertise.
No, that's
But-
fine.
But if it's something that's standard for this work, then my guess is yes. If not, we'll find out what the differential is, if it's anything.
Okay. I know it's something that's been relatively new since COVID, but it seems like if we're going to be doing that kind of work, it seems to make sense to do it all right at the same time rather than doing it later. So, thank you.
Maybe they can put that in as a line item.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
I just have a comment, Mr.
Go ahead.
Chairman. This Phillips Donovan, we used them at the library when they did the specs and design for the roof, and they did a terrific job. So I was glad to see that they won the bid on this, again, to work here again.
Okay. And I believe this is, didn't we didn't bring this up for recommendation through the ARP money, did we?
I think we'll probably have to do a budget amendment at some
No,
point.
it was discussed
Right.
that
Okay.
we've got it in the budget, but that this would help defer having to use.
Using some of the ARP money. All right.
Yes.
Great.
That would help instead of having to use just the capital that's been saved for.
Right.
Right, one time of insulation, I guess
Right.
we could do a budget
Yeah,
amendment.
we could
to-
probably
to
do a
that.
budget amendment
Right.
at that point. Yeah, we'll, I think we have a quarterly meeting coming up in
Right.
April, and then
Yes.
we'll present it to the board,
Okay.
some of our recommendations for for some supplemental
Right.
funding for these projects.
Great, that's what the money's there for.
Right.
That's for
exactly.
the bigger project. That's not for what you're moving on
Right,
tonight.
I said, we
Okay.
know.
Thank you.
Yeah, okay. Any other questions, comments? Let's call the question, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Chair votes aye, motion carries 5-0. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. If I may, the
Sure.
number D is for me as
Go right
well. The Bucks County Redevelopment Authority, our partners with the Shenandoah Woods project, is asking to file on the township's behalf an application for a new grant program from the Commonwealth Financing Authority called the Local Share, I forget what the A is. But here's the irony.
Count.
Account.
There's no share, there is no local share. So the name's a little confusing. This is 100% funded by the Commonwealth Financing Authority, and the parameters of it are very wide. And it's the first year. So the idea is that if the RDA can get in, we could qualify for up to $1 million,
Wow.
which would be very helpful for the Shenandoah Woods, which I'm going to talk about in a minute under the manager's report with what happened recently. There's no local share. The competitiveness will be there because everybody is going to be applying for something.
Right.
But we think we've got a very special project
Right.
with Shenandoah Woods, and they would want the township's consent to allow them to file on our behalf, and I would ask that the board approve that tonight.
I'll move that they approve it tonight.
I second.
I think it's great that there's no local share, because we do have a,
We've
we
been
have a
stuck with
saying
them
on the
before.
board,
Yeah.
that the grant, that these constant grants that we apply for are always matching, and it's just killing our finances. So this is a nice one, where we don't have to contribute any money. So, and we do have a great project over there. And it's worthy, and I think the RDA is doing that for us as well, as far as the reclamation, or at least the demolition.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. May hopefully give us a little leg up, but you know how these are very competitive. So any other questions or comments? Any from the public? All right, being none, let's call the question. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
And chair votes aye, motion carries 5-0. Thank you, Tom.
Thank you.
We'll move right into your manager's report.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, ladies and gentlemen of the board. Sticking with Shenandoah Woods, they did have their bid opening for the asbestos and hazardous material removal project, which is to remove all the asbestos and hazardous materials from within the dwelling units themselves and have them hauled away. And it includes a fairly labor-intensive amount of work that includes removing all the flooring tile from all the houses, because the adhesive is part of the hazardous materials that needs to be removed and disposed of in a very certain, a specific way, I should say. And I think when they reported to us what the bid opening was last week, it raised a few eyebrows. We are currently, the lowest one was over $1 million. And this was just for the asbestos and hazardous materials removal. So I've been talking to Jeff Darwack, our friend at the RDA, this week about how we can pivot towards a rebidding and whether or not it's something that in the specs we might be able to address, or coming up with a way to market the bid to a wider group of prospective contractors. We've asked them, we've let them know that this isn't what we had anticipated. It's the over $1 million is more than we had expected, and just to remind everybody, the township would be paying that amount. So we're pivoting towards working with them on a rebidding, and we're going to be talking to them next week to see how we can improve that. Additionally, I think somebody mentioned the egg scramble earlier.
Yes.
All right. So, talking to Mrs. Whitney yesterday, and Mr. McAdams, our Public Works Director, and we were going over employee projects that they were working on, and I know for a fact that they're cleaning those eggs. That's what they've been doing.
Cleaning of eggs?
They're cleaning the eggs. Evidently, it's a great number of eggs, the plastic
It
eggs.
is.
It is a
And
lot.
something got on them in the off-season over the winter, and
Oh.
they are busy preparing
For
that item, for that community event coming up.
Excellent.
They get a ton of kids out for that.
Yeah.
A ton. They do.
So,
Don't need to clean them again right when it's over.
steam clean them. So,
So if you know anybody who wants to volunteer after they clean the eggs, because then we stuff the eggs, and my husband one year tried to stuff eggs, and they didn't go together right, he was not happy. So, but, and I make him do a lot of things, but he refuses to stuff the eggs. So if you know any volunteers that will help stuff the eggs, you know, they put little, like, candy,
Yeah.
sometimes they put like little tattoo type things in, little
Jelly
stickers and
beans.
stuff, but we do need a lot of help. I think some of the people at Ann's Choice sometimes help stuff eggs. I don't know that they could do that last year, or they couldn't, but, you know, we do need volunteers for that too.
Okay.
Thank you.
Hopefully, now that we can take our masks off and things are slowly returning to normal, we'll get more volunteers.
and one last thing, if I might, I think somebody also mentioned earlier Nifty Fifties, the diner. They are moving towards getting their opening, but they are working out with us some of the fees and for the professional escrow billing that are owed. And they're talking amongst themselves as to who is responsible for it. So that will need to be done and accounted for prior to us giving them any sort of authorization to open.
Okay,
That's all I have. Thank you, Mr. Chairman, ladies and gentlemen.
you're
Thank you,
welcome.
Tom.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
Tom. Let's see, I guess we'll go to you, Scott, Solicitor's Report.
Yep, thank you, Mr. Chair. Happy March. Happy early Thanksgiving.
There you-
It's Thanksgiving to me.
Yes.
I love March. And so I also love St. Patrick's Day. So we're 10 days away here from daylight savings time, so don't forget to push those clocks forward. And also, we're going to start expecting to see some money soon from those other opioid settlements. Obviously, we talked about the Collegium one earlier this evening, but the other ones that we completed back in December for the numerous distributors and the keep forgetting Johnson & Johnson as a distributor. The AG is finalizing their regulations for those. We should start seeing the money soon. There was an article in the paper from the county earlier this week. It might have been today, actually. I can't remember. I'd look online. So could have been today, could have been yesterday, but we're going to start seeing that money soon. Also, you would have saw in the news yesterday, the Sackler family and Purdue Pharma, they're getting close to their settlement as well. There was some issues with the bankruptcy court and a holdup from certain states not agreeing to the settlement terms they came up to. They got a little extra money out of the family and as well, so we're going to see money soon. So we'll be having that, I guess, settlement agreement coming before you sometime in the next couple of months. So we're going to start seeing money from those as well. So, and in those two cases plus the Purdue Pharma one, those monies are restricted in their use. It's related to opioid and drug abuse, education, prevention, as well as, what's the other word I'm looking for here? Prevention and, care. So those are a little bit more limited. They are the larger amounts of funds, but you will see those starting to come in soon. The county also, as I said, with the county, they're getting $45 million from the first two. That money will not only be available to county services, but there's a chance that they will be opening up to municipalities as well. So there could be even more money looking to come this way. Those would be the only two things I have to need for you tonight.
Great. Thank you, Scott.
Thanks, Scott.
Thank you, Scott. Craig?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. You have our March 2022 Engineers Report. On page one, I just want to highlight, in fact, I probably haven't talked about this in quite a while. The Hartsville Court subdivision, it was 20 proposed townhomes at 1250 West Bristol Road. I don't have the date here, but that was a settlement agreement, a court-approved plan. I think we did at least 6 reviews on that. We have down there that they were going to be presenting at an upcoming Planning Commission board meeting, but a couple weeks ago, their attorney was working on another project with me and with another client, mentioned they might want to come back and try to negotiate a new settlement agreement. They just cannot, that's the one where they cannot build what they agreed to build as part of the settlement. So I just noticed down here, I wasn't prepared to talk about it tonight, that they'll be coming to presenting at a PC and board meeting. I highly doubt they will do that without reaching out to Tom, Scott, or myself to ask for a staff meeting and to reopen negotiations with that. I think we've said no several times, so they might get the same answer. When they do, I'll try to get Tom up to speed on the last 12 to 15 years of plans.
Thank you.
And Scott. And it's another highlight that wasn't in my report that just happened. We had a staff meeting with the applicant for the Warminster Center Shopping Center proposal. That was at Street in Norristown. They finally submitted preliminary plans against my recommendation. They weren't ready, and sure enough, they got a lengthy review from the zoning officer in our office, along with all the other consultants. They're not ready to come before you, so we'll either be withdrawing or making some substantial changes to their plan before probably new review and come in front of the Planning Commission board. So I don't think you'll be seeing that anytime soon.
Okay.
And then one other project, scheduled right now for the March 8th, which is next week's Planning Commission. We just completed a review for Seafood America at 645 Mearns Road. That was where the building that burned down. They actually got a little, I guess, aggressive, or want to work on two paths. They applied to the zoning hearing board for variances and also submitted preliminary final plans without a staff meeting, without engineer review, without any sketch plans. You haven't heard me mention that project before. I think they got a little work to do. I'm sure one of us is going to get a call real soon here, maybe Mr. Scott already did, to figure out maybe we should have a staff meeting and work through that project before they go to the zoning hearing board and before you see that. So they may go to present it the planning commission want me, be a good idea to get some issues out of the way there, and I don't anticipate you seeing it in April. If they do, maybe just to present it and show you the project. So they want to rebuild it, but they want to go bigger and with more impervious. So those are the variances they're asking.
About a third the size bigger, don't you think?
No.
If I'm remembering correctly.
Was it? No, I think, you know, I don't have the number, I'm not sure, but,
The impervious was more.
the
than-
impervious was a
Impervious
lot,
was more, yeah, if I remember.
They
right.
actually want more parking, I think, than what's required by ordinance. I mean, again, if they need the parking, fine, that'll be decided at the zoning hearing board. One of the biggest issues, they're asking for waivers of stormwater management, which I did not recommend. And knowing how this board is and planning commission, I don't think they'll get those waivers, so, they need to address, that drains over to the Street Road Industrial Park, where we
Yes.
already have stormwater issues,
Right.
so.
Correct.
So they're not gonna get a, yeah. they
I
get-
assume
yeah.
you're not,
Right.
I'll be very clear at staff meeting when we meet with them.
It sounds to me like they need a staff meeting before they do
Yeah,
anything.
that's what it sounds like.
Yeah, I'm a little disappointed that didn't happen.
Yeah, they
but-
had asked for one. It's Ed Murphy is the attorney on this, and they had asked for one. And then,
No, we had asked them for one.
well, they had asked first, because he was calling me every week about it, and I said, all right, well, why don't you give me a minute to put something together?
They couldn't wait.
And they got I guess they got some feedback from us for the zoning, as far as whether or not they would need a steep slope, for a man-made steep slope would be applicable. And after that, the plan showed up, like,
Just like
on a Friday afternoon
fully,
about,
fully engineered plans, but
3 or
I
4
didn't
weeks
receive
ago.
one call from anybody.
Oh, wow.
yeah,
It was
so-
kind of strange submission, I gotta admit, especially when, I know the attorney, Mr. Scott knows the attorney, Mr.
Yeah.
Murphy's been in this township many times, so, I don't know if the applicant was under rush to get going, but I might have to take a step back on this one.
Yeah, that's really not his
Yeah, I-
style.
Yeah.
I think
No,
he
no,
would need
no.
Yeah,
to,
Ed Murphy as an attorney normally will come in just for a sketch plan, just to talk to, normally to get that feedback, so must be something going on.
And to be honest with you, I want to work with, I mean, it's the fire, the building was burnt down, and it's a bad situation, so it's just, if they would just rebuild the building as is, it would have gone a lot smoother, but they wanted, they're asking for more, so.
Right.
Well, we know stormwater's an issue over
Yep.
there.
Yes,
Poor
I'm-
people that live down there at Twin Streams it's another neglected area that we're not going to just, add to the problem, that's for sure. So,
I wanna make complicated.
they should come in
anymore.
for a meeting.
Yes,
Yes,
Simple as that.
that's what everyone else does.
yep.
Yep.
That's all I have,
That
Mr.
we have?
Chairman. Yep.
Okay,
Thank
great,
you,
thank you,
Craig.
Craig.
Thanks, Craig.
Tom, do we need a meeting March 17th?
I'm going to recommend that we do not need a meeting, Mr. Chairman, ladies and gentlemen, the board, and proceed instead for the regularly scheduled April 7th meeting.
No
Any-
objection.
Any objections?
No objection.
No,
Not at all.
Thank you. No objection here as well.
Thank you.
Okay. Second round, anybody?
I would just like to wish my granddaughter.
Well, hold on, hold on.
Sorry.
Wait,
All right, guys, I have a fractured shoulder here, I'm sorry.
It's all because of your shoulder.
It is, it's all because of it.
Bob Welsh,
Sorry, Bob.
Howell Avenue, Warminster, PA. I want to talk about the corner at Bristol and Davisville. We used to have a sign that said, "Welcome to Warminster" there, and it's missing again. I think I came here before.
I don't
The-
remember
the
a sign
post-
behind it.
I do.
The post is still there?
Yeah, it was one of them green ones.
Yeah.
Oh, right, okay.
Right,
okay.
and it said, "Welcome to Warminster."
Yeah.
So they did replace it, and it doesn't look like the post is damaged, like somebody hit it with a car. Looks like somebody just took it.
Put it in their garage?
In somebody's rec
It's
room.
hanging in somebody's man cave.
Yeah.
So I just wonder if we can get that replaced so people know they're coming into our town.
I would have Tom look into that, and I'm sure we can.
Great, thank you.
Do we need a camera there?
We need a camera.
Yeah. All right, anyone else for public comment? Okay, so I'll go first if your board doesn't mind. I want to wish everyone a safe and happy St. Patty's Day. Go out and enjoy yourself. It's my brother's favorite day above all, so I usually try to join him, but we Uber everywhere. It's a long day. So, have a great time, enjoy yourself, and be safe. Please don't do anything foolish. That's all I have. Kathy?
Yes, I'd like to wish everyone, again, happy St. Patty's Day, be safe, don't drink and drive, And I also like to wish my granddaughter, Michaela, happy 5th birthday on March the 13th. That's it, Mr. Chair, thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. Mark?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and I'll go right along with the Happy Patty's Day. Wish all my fellow Micks a Happy Patty's Day, and I'm with you. That's a big day for me, and I don't even ride the bike on that day. I Uber. I don't even ride the bicycle. Uber it, and be safe. Chief Donnelly doesn't want any overnight guests that night. Also, this coming Saturday, I want to wish my wife and my best friend Erica a happy 29th wedding anniversary.
Aw.
And I've been saying it for the 10 years that I've sat up here, and it's every year, and it's now 29. Her mother didn't think we'd make 29 days. And here we are, 29 years. So I know she's
For
watching
you.
at home. Happy anniversary, and I'll see you when I get home.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Awesome. Okay, Judy?
Oh, okay. First of all, I don't think we mentioned this, but forgive me if I'm repeating it. The Warminster Parks and Rec is having their designer bag bingo on April 1st, 6 to 10 p.m. at the Ben Wilson Center. It's $45. There'll be lots of prizes and baskets and wine and cheese and stuff, and it's a fundraiser for Warminster Park. The other thing I wanted to say is happy St. Patty's Day. It's not one of my favorite holidays because I used to bartend. So it's my most hated one. But at any rate, I wanted to just say to you this. A funny thing happened this week. One of my friends and my daughter-in-law, too, was at ShopRite, and they said how sorry they were that I was so sick and that I was planning to retire. So I want everybody to know that the rumors of my retirement and illness are greatly exaggerated.
What?
Honestly.
I haven't heard this.
I am not sick, and I'm not planning to retire. Other than that, have a happy St. Patty's Day.
We're
I don't
happy
know.
to hear that.
I don't know who puts these rumors around.
That's great news.
Right, great news, Judy.
All right, thanks, Judy. Janice, top that one.
Oh, I don't know if I can top that one or not. But happy St. Patty's Day. This is the day when everybody gets to be Irish, whether you're Irish or not. So have a good time and be responsible. And do something nice for somebody. Make a difference and see if you can change Warminster by adding a smile to somebody. Because now everybody can see your smile. So share your smiles and let's see if we can make Warminster a brighter place.
There we go.
I think for St. Patty's
Excellent.
Day, we should all be Ukrainian.
Yes.
Yeah.
There you go. I think so too.
All right, great. That was a wonderful meeting. Got a lot accomplished, and sorry, Bob, I couldn't make the time. I'll do my best next time. So, motion to adjourn.
So moved, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you.
Second.
Okay.